Hello, it's me. I am going to quickly show people how to, one, buy Smartcoin and stake it if they want to, and two, how to unstake it and get their money back if they want to. This is a super incredible, crazy, high-risk play. I'm not endorsing doing this. I simply want people to be informed on how they're doing it. To get the coin in the first place, you need to use Trader Joe and the Avalanche blockchain. If you don't have the Avalanche blockchain, it's super easy to connect to your MetaMask. I'll delete it from my MetaMask just to show you how easy it is. So delete. Let's imagine I'm on Trader Joe. This is the major exchange, decentralized exchange for Avalanche. I will click connect, click switch to Avalanche chain. You'll notice I don't have it yet, so allow this site to add network. Yes. Approve. Switch network. So now what you'll notice is I have available to me the Avalanche mainnet C chain. And if you ever send AVAX from KuCoin to your Avalanche MetaMask, you will need to use a C chain. However, if you paste your address, it'll automatically select the C chain and not let you use any other chain. You will need a little bit of AVAX as your gas. So AVAX is to Avalanche what ETH is to the ERC20 chain. And for any liquidity pools, you need half of one token and half of the other. So I have this much SMRT. So I am going to take half of that, which would be 120. So let's do 120. I'm going to swap it for AVAX because that's the liquidity pool pair that you need in order to participate in the SMRT. You will have a gas transaction. And gas transactions on Avalanche are generally pretty fast. However, there's a little bit more congestion now that Wonderland Time is here, which is a really big project, almost $1 billion market cap. And now that SMRT, which I make no predictions for this coin. Okay, so it's done. So now what I will do is I'll go to pool. I will find that particular pool, which is SMRT. If you lose all your money on this, you cannot blame me. I am telling you, this is a incredibly high risk move. So don't come to me saying, "Hey, I lost all my money. How dare you have shown me this?" I only do the how. I do not do the should. Not financial advice. Okay, so then you want to max your SMRT. You do not want to max your AVAX. How much? Okay, 119. Perfect. So, yeah, it'll leave me because I want some. I want a little bit left, so I'm just gonna do 119. That way, I still have like 0.1 AVAX left because I want that for gas. I like to have room to breathe with my gas. Confirm. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a liquidity pool token. You will probably have to approve these tokens first, so keep that in mind. Pending. Oh, it's already done. Okay, so there's my liquidity pool token, or my liquidity pool. To do stuff with it now, all I have to do is go over to the Smart Chain website right here, smartcoin.farm/hashtag/ or hash or pound, whatever you want to call this. Look, I already got some money back in the meantime. Then I'm going to deposit that liquidity pool token by clicking deposit. Then I'm going to click max here. And then I'll click deposit when it's available. It is not currently available, so what do? I refresh the page. Now, in a lot of different protocols, you'll realize that refreshing the page can do wonders. There's some protocols on the Phantom network that certainly need a lot of refreshing. Now, see how nothing is showing up? I'm going to go ahead and wait a few seconds and let it show up. Give it some time, because if you do it before things populate, oftentimes your deposit won't work. So it's all populated. Now I'm going to click deposit. I'm going to click max. And see, now it works. So if nothing shows up, just give it a refresh. It should work. I'm going to click deposit, going to pay a tiny bit in gas. Pennies. Confirm, I don't mind. There we go. So I can follow the transaction if I want to. Right there. It is done. If I wanted to, I can now refresh to see if my additional liquidity was provided. And I assume it is. So, what do we expect to happen with this coin? Well, I have no idea. I genuinely don't. If we look over on the metrics, we can see that the so-called Bollinger Buster kicked in and ate a few dips here. I watched it personally eat a few dips here. I don't know. I tried to find the contract address for the Bollinger Buster so I could see, you know, how much it holds and if it's able to do this multiple times in the future. And I genuinely don't know. So if you look at all the addresses, the only ones that have over $1 million are these ones. So, and they only have about $1 million. So if more, so this one has about 1 million. You just multiply these by 2 to see how much money they have. So multiply these by 2, right? This one has about 2 million. So if these happen to be the Bollinger addresses, I couldn't find those particular transactions. Then they could only eat, you know, that much money worth of dips. So we'll see what happens. I don't think they can eat dips indefinitely, though they are preventing what I would see as a possible bank run. We have the next double coming shortly, which means that people will then be getting over 100% return on investment per day. We have an announcement coming in a day. I get very nervous about announcements because they're almost never anything good enough to actually increase the price or buy-in. It's hard to live up to hype with an announcement. In fact, announcements generally scare me, and I'm usually bearish on announcements. So that'll be tomorrow. It looks like it'll be around 10:48. It's a weird time. 10:48. Oh no, so that's 23 hours, 59 minutes. So yeah, it'll be around 10:30ish, 10:25ish p.m. Eastern time. And tomorrow, apparently for some particular hour, this APR will be increased by 5,000% because there was an issue with the GUI or user interface. So for one random hour tomorrow, there'll be additional rewards. The team is doxed, which means you can access them and see who they are as human beings. That does not mean this is a safe protocol. These right here do not mean this is a safe protocol. All these mean are that the protocol itself will not rug you. It does not prevent a bank run. If you watch the video, they even explain in their Twitter thread about the psychology of this particular coin. It indicates that most of what they're doing is based off of meme psychology and memology, which is cool and interesting, but it is not necessarily sound tokenomics or sound economics or sound financial mechanisms. So if you watch the video, it'll say, like, you know, because this protocol has its own coin that it's utilizing, instead of giving you back, you know, AVAX, that it prevents a bank run. That's an illogical statement. It does not prevent a bank run. It also says, you know, the Bollinger boosters will prevent downward momentum by if the price action goes below the bottom Bollinger band, which, I mean, if price breaks below the bottom Bollinger band, it could indicate you know, a bearish trend. But where is that Bollinger band? Where are the Bollinger booster funds coming from? Right? That's an interesting part of the protocol that we would need to know in order to make more informed decisions about how protected we feel from the Bollinger boosters. So the presentation is neat, but it leaves a lot to be desired. And that's mostly it. So do I recommend this? No, I don't recommend anything. And I particularly don't recommend things that are super ridiculously high risk. There are some protocols that I think are nice and interesting and relatively safe. Like Anchor, for example, the 20% APR on UST. I love that because it's great. I mean, you know, 20% APR compared to 12,000%, clearly different levels of risk and risk appetite. So I know that I said I got out of this yesterday at 30% profit, and I did, but then it continued to do well, and I saw the dips get eaten by the Bollinger Buster, and I aped back in. Do not take that as advice. Do not take that as guidance. Do not do what I did just because I did it. I just wanted to give you guys some information. Okay, but now let's get to getting out of this, right? So if you want to, there are a few things you can do, right? If you want to compound your rewards, I'll compound really quick for you. You would claim your rewards, confirm, and once the rewards are claimed, you want to split those rewards into half smart, half AVAX, and then create another liquidity pool set of tokens, and then restake that. So we're gonna do that. Let's look here. It's done. So we'll go back to the pool. I will trade. I want to use smart, which is right here. My balance should increase because I believe I withdrew it. Yep, there we go. So let's do 9. Swap, confirm swap. Remember, we need half and half. Yeah, I have been getting unexpected issues. I think it's because there's a lot of transactions happening here with this, and a lot of liquidity might be locked up. So let us do 9.1. Yeah, for some reason, changing the number slightly has helped. I don't know why. Okay, so that'll be pending. The next thing we're going to do is go over to pool. We want to find that pool. So we can type in SMRT. It loads slowly, but it will load. And there it is. And so what we're going to do when these numbers correct themselves is we're going to add some liquidity again, like we did in the beginning of the video. Like with all things crypto, one of the keys to get the right numbers is to refresh. So I refresh, still not getting the right numbers, which makes me think that the transaction failed. It did. Okay. So let's do that again. Let's see if we can get the transaction to not fail this time. So what I might do is increase the gas a little bit. Just to see if that helps. And we can watch the transaction right here. So this is similar to what you would do if you want to exit, except what you'll do in the pool is slightly different. So failed again. Interesting. I wonder why it's failing. Let's do 9.1 one more time. Swap, swap. Let's do a higher gas level. Maybe I need to increase the slippage, which I don't like doing. Let's do there, 0.5. I'm not going to change the gas because I've increased the slippage, and I just want to sort of troubleshoot to see which gets me the desired result. So with an increased slippage, which you just deal with here, from 0.1 to 0.5, it worked. Did it work? Yeah, it worked. Okay, so it was a slippage issue, which means there's a lot of price action happening. I bet if I go back, I'll see that. Yeah, it went down a little bit. So this is not as fast as I'd like it to be. So there's some price action happening, which slowed it down a little bit. Totally fine. So now we'll go to pools. Type in SMRT. Go to AVAX Smart. Now, if you want to remove your liquidity, once you click Withdraw and All, you will get Liquidity Pool tokens, which you can bring over here and click Remove, click Max, and then Remove. Then you will have your Smart tokens and your AVAX tokens back, and if you want to cash out into something, you can swap both of those tokens for whatever you want, maybe USDC or something like that. However, do leave yourself a little bit of AVAX for gas. Keep that in mind. So what I'm doing is adding, I'm compounding a bit. So I'm going to max here. That leaves me plenty of gas in my opinion. Supply, confirm supply. Confirm. And once that's done, I will just add that to compound. And that's it. So hopefully you remember how to add that to compound. Again, none of this is a recommendation. I just want people to know how to get in and out of this particular protocol. So getting out is as simple as, let's just show you how to do it. First, let me deposit. So getting out is as simple as clicking to withdraw. If you click withdraw and claim, you will automatically get everything and your claim tokens. So you don't even have to do 100%. So you click withdraw and claim. And once you do that, you'll get the liquidity pool tokens. You won't get your SMRT and AVAX, you'll get the liquidity pool tokens. And to convert that liquidity pool token back into SMRT and AVAX, you need to go back to your pool. Once you're in your pool, you'll click remove, you'll click max 100%, you'll click remove. Once it's removed, you will then have your AVAX and SMRT tokens separated. And at that point, you can go to trade and then swap those tokens for whatever you'd like, remembering to keep a little bit of AVAX left for yourself. So that's it. This is a ridiculously, insanely risky play. There's supposed to be an announcement tomorrow. They say it's a part of a 10-step announcement series, but I put no faith in that, no water in that, no weight in that. I just think that's part of their memology, their psychology, their sort of ape mentality, utilizing human psychology. I think that if they think that if people perceive there being a future in this, 10 different steps, then people will stay in for longer. And I think that's what they're going for. So be safe. Don't forget to get your initial out when you can, when you feel comfortable with the amount of profit you made. And then just, it's house money at that point. So be safe. This is not a recommendation. Hopefully now you know how to get out. You know how to get in if you want to. That's it. If you have questions, drop them down below. If you lose all your money, it is not my fault. I'm telling you, this is super high risk. Manage your risk appetite.